G'day, g'day. So today we're going to be showing you how to light fire in the forest for the purposes of culture burning. Now note that word because that's very important, because it's not only is it culture, right, but it's also a cold char, okay, because people tend to slur their words when we speak. Okay, now when we get into shamanics or Karaji stuff, Ngankari stuff, right? So that's the word for tribal medicine man. Ngankari is the Wiraji word, and Koraji or Goraji or Tauraji. These are versions of the same sort of thing, which means essentially medicine man. Yeah. So a forest medicine man. Now what we're looking at here is the landscape. Okay, so we're looking at right here. This is the most flammable thing we're going to find. This is where we start the fires from. You have this sort of very thin grass like this. And you can see it's quite green, right? And we're filming this in midwinter time as well. So we've got the half moon, and it's waning half moon, all right? So it's got some good cloud cover as well, right? So it's all a lot of yin, and that's very important, yin. So that's that deep, dark, black, gentle, slow, calm, and deep voice energy, okay? That's all your root crops, all your meat, it's all very heavy, as opposed to yang, which is all that really bright, crazy stuff. All right. So that's why we wait till there's an optimal amount of yin to make these sorts of culture burns, because we want the coldest fire possible. Okay. Okay. So this is a tiny little chunk right here. And what we're going to do, I'm just using a lighter today, but you could spin up a fire if you want. So you go right on in there. Give that a little bit of flame. All right. Now also observe what's around this area. Okay, so pull back a bit. Not much. Honestly, not much. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit more. So we're standing up now. So we've got a tree over here, right? This here is a Leptomeria aster. So it's a lovely little thing. It's got these beautiful berries on it. All right, so the last thing we want to do is destroy our food resources. These are an amazing sour tasting berry, incredibly high in vitamin C. Now what we want to observe here, we've got a very light white smoke coming off of this. All right, very gentle, very small. Think of this like when you light a match. These are such small, small, small little fires. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Absolutely small. And this is how we start people off in this education system for this how to walk with fire. So walking with fire ends up teaching people a lot about their spirit as well. A lot of people learn a lot of things about how to nurture their inner child. A lot of people learn how to be grounded amongst chaos. It's a calm thing. It's a very, very calm thing. A gentle thing. And very healing to sit by a fire. To warm your wounds and bring circulation back to the extremities and the microcapillaries. Now, what we observe also, as the smoke rises, we see how it just becomes the clouds. We see how it goes through the forest as well. We observe how it makes the plants move, and they dance ever so gently. That's what it's all about. Because it's blessing the plants. It's essentially baptizing them, if you will. And what it does is it gets rid of all the ticks and the fleas and the mites and all the disease and all the parasites off of the land. And again, here we are. And it's still just a tiny, tiny, tiny little fire. Can't do anything. It's not going anywhere because we're at this beautiful point where beyond here, the amount of oxygen in here is so little that the moisture retention is so high and it just doesn't burn. We're going to get to a point like here where it burns itself out. So it reaches this green space here, right? And that green space is where it just has no more energy. And that's because we've timed this to be in the winter time at the perfect times. The leaves that were in the bundle, they burnt because they were able to be sustained by the thinner, match-thin sort of strands. So that's a bit of that. You can see how predictable it becomes. And we can take this to larger scale, and we'll show you more of that later. But I hope that's a little lovely introductory for you folks into culture burning and how to care for country. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.